You know, I grew up in Pac-10 country. I was born in Big Ten country, Chicago. Followed Northwestern for years and years and years. Now they're become irrelevant, unfortunately. But now, just the dissolution of the Pac-12, Pac-8, as I grew up with it, then Pac-10, is a little disconcerting to me. The idiot that we call George Kliavkoff, who's the commissioner of the Pac-4 now, which I'm not sure where they're going to go. Arizona has moved on. Arizona State joining CU, Utah, the Oregon Ducks now moving to the Big Ten. Stanford and Cal will be just fine. They'll go to the main bidder. This will be a problem for Oregon State and Washington State, who are, I guess, juggling what they're going to do. I think they're going to be fine. I don't think they're going to go to the Mountain West. Maybe they will. I don't think the Mountain West is going to be in a power position at all. The power positions are certainly right now the Big Ten, the SEC, and the Big 12. Right, you're looking at what's going on with the ACC. They're going to make their move, but I don't think so. I think the ACC is going to kind of dissolve into the SEC. And so we're going to end up with 3 power conferences, probably about 60 teams in that. Those 60 teams will probably be close to 20 teams each with 10 team divisions. And they will control the money. They'll control the bowl games. They'll control the college football playoffs. The NCAA will be relegated to basically running the NCAA Division 1A, Power 1A, whatever they're going to end up calling it. But it is going to have to settle the NCAA. Not for the big money. They've screwed this all up. It's all been about the money. Now the money's going to settle where it might be. The ball got rolling when CU made their move. When CU made their move, then all of a sudden, everybody said, yeah, it's time. Let's make the move. The Pac-12, as I grew up with Pac-10, going to 4 teams and about to go to 2 more, bothers me. It hurt me. It hurt me when USC and UCLA went to the Big Ten. What? That's tough duty for a guy that grew up there. I grew up a USC fan in football, UCLA, and basketball. Now all those conferences are going to end up having the basketball, the women's sports, all the minor sports, everything. They'll be competing in all of them. Notre Dame's going to have kind of its pick, mainly for football. It's divided itself anyway. So we'll see what happens with them. This is all about the money. When I say that, we used to hear, oh yeah, we can't go to 12 games. We can't push the bowl games back. We can't, because of the student athlete. Have you heard anybody mention the student athlete? I haven't heard anybody mention the student athlete. I'll tell you what, from when I was small or younger, not small, I was younger, Utah, where my brother played football and baseball. He was at Utah. Utah's moved up through all of that. Arizona State, they were in the WAC. Utah was in the WAC. The WAC is completely turned around. The Mountain West. Washington Huskies on the move out. Washington State Oregon State are the ones that really can't pick and choose. They're going to take the crumbs of what's left there. Pac-12 is going to completely go away. Thank you, George Kliavkoff. He was the idiot who stood up there and said, well, it's not like SC and UCLA have been in the college bowl or college football playoffs anytime soon or recently. You idiot! You just lost the number 2 market in the United States with USC and UCLA moving to the Big Ten, which is completely across the country. God. So then we'll end up with 3 power conferences. I believe the Big 12 will be the one that goes with it. But it's not the Big 12 that Colorado left. Nebraska is now in the Big 10. Starting next year, Oklahoma and Texas are now in the SEC. They're going to be adding more teams. I don't know. Maybe Oregon State, Washington State might slip in there. But I think there's going to be some bidding for UConn, Central Florida, football powers, UConn, a basketball power. I think Colorado, and I've said this forever, will never get baseball back. I don't believe that now. We might see CU have to compete as a mandate, have to compete because you're going to be in the big money at this point. If it's a power 3, big money, Colorado, they'll be able to afford baseball. I would love that if baseball came back here. It's a mess. College football sold itself. It sold itself to the devil. Yes, indeed. We've not heard the term student athlete. Oh, we can't do that for the student athlete. We've not heard that once. We'll see what happens. But college football is going to mend itself. The NCAA is out. George Kliavkoff, promise you, is out of a job. He's out of a lot of things. But this is a big breaking national importance and historical importance to someone like me who grew up as a kid in the Big Ten, moved to LA, USC football fan, UCLA, and I've kept both of those allegiances to those schools. I am a Colorado fan. I love Colorado when it comes to football and basketball. That was primarily because of Eddie Crowder, the old athletic director, who was my mentor. He chose me to be one of his mentees. He called me he came in one day, didn't call me. Came into my restaurant and said, "You and I need to talk." I said, "Eddie Crowder, yeah, I got time to talk to you." One of the great coaches, athletic directors of all time, one of the smartest guys in any room he ever walked in. All the chips are falling right now. Pac-12, they're out. George Kliavkoff, goodbye. Mike Bone, goodbye. Mike Bone just left and said, "Okay, I resign." He didn't even say, "Oh, I categorically deny charges again." He just left. I'm not going to get into charges or anything else because he walked away on them. He didn't say anything other than, "Take me away." Well, we'll see how this rumbles down. Next year will be a completely different look. We're going to play all these games this year in kind of a situation that doesn't mean anything. Because all these teams that are going to be playing for conference championships are playing next year in other conferences. None of this holds still. It's like this murky water that's sitting there. Pac-12 walked the plank. I'm Gil Whiteley. I'll think to that.